to do with me knowing her. Them bitches was coming at you about choking because they had too much ammo for me. So it's like I wasn't there. Not damn.
One could feel the tension in the room. What should have been a routine taping of the popular reality show was actually a storm building beneath the surface. Despite the presence of the crew, bright lighting, and rolling cameras, Yandy and Rasheeda felt as if they were the only ones involved in a long brewing dispute. With everything else fading into the background, Yandy had always been a strong woman, but the stress of the situation tested her composure. Though she had always been at the center of their drama, it had never been this intense or personal. Now, with everything on display, she felt as though her world was falling apart. Rasheeda, who had been Yandy's friend and confidant for many years, had never made their relationship easy, with Mendices undoubtedly linking them through a shared past. Tension had always simmered beneath the surface. However, when Mendices started dating Yandy, things began to change. At first, Rasheeda tried to be supportive, but she soon began to question his dedication and the decisions he was making now. With the cameras recording every second, Rasheeda's words pierced the air with a sharp, cutting edge. Yandy could feel the fire rising in her chest. It wasn't just the typical teasing or playful banter that had characterized their friendship. Over time, Rasheeda's contempt for Mendices' decisions had grown, and she was no longer holding back. Instead, Yandy seemed to be the target of every glance and remark, as though her relationship with Mendices was somehow a personal betrayal. "Will you actually sit here and keep defending him, Yandy?" Rasheeda questioned incredulously. "You're still going to act like he's your knight in shining armor after everything he's done?" Yandy tried to hide her emotions, but it felt like an attack. Rasheeda's words seemed to question her judgment, her decisions, and everything that had brought her to this point. "Why do you always have something to say about everything?" Yandy snapped. Rasheeda had never hesitated to criticize Mendices and blame him for their issues. Although Yandy's words were clear, the pain and frustration she'd been suppressing made her voice shake. "Don't sit here and try to act like you know what's best for me. I'm the one who has to deal with his past baggage and mistakes." Yandy yelled. Too much had happened between them, and the tension poured forth. Rasheeda rolled her eyes and laughed, but Yandy wasn't done yet. She had reached her breaking point. This was no time to back down. Not with her life on the line. "You've always held opinions, Rasheeda," Yandy continued, her voice rising. "You've criticized me and him from a distance. You've never been in our position. You don't know what we've been through, what I've had to forgive. And yet here you are, acting like you have all the answers." In an atmosphere thick with verbal abuse and unresolved issues, Rasheeda's presence in Yandy's life had sparked a deeper rivalry. Unsurprisingly, jealousy had been simmering for years. Others had become involved in their drama, too. Further complicating things, each of Rasheeda's remarks felt like a slap to Yandy's face. For a brief moment, Rasheeda's eyes widened with rage as she responded, "You think you're the only one who's had to deal with this mess? You think I don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with someone who's always making mistakes? He's hurt both of us, and I'm tired of seeing you pretend like he's changed. You're letting him drag you down, Yandy." Yandy wanted to lash out, to scream at Rasheeda for all the anguish she had caused. But she refused to give anyone the satisfaction of watching her break. Instead, she held it together. Knowing the cameras were rolling, as everything seemed to collapse around her, Yandy felt her world unraveling despite her best efforts to hold it together. Rasheeda's persistent meddling and the chaos that had always surrounded them made it feel like the dam was about to burst eventually. Yandy stormed off, weary and frustrated, while the cameras captured the fallout. Rasheeda's anger simmered beneath the surface, but for Yandy, the true battle had only begun. Mendices and Rasheeda weren't her only concerns. She also had to figure out how to handle the mess of her life and whether she could trust anyone again. Even herself, rumors swirled that Mendices was tired of referring to Yandy as his wife and had given up on her efforts to keep their family together. Instead, he had reportedly returned to Erica, his genuine love.
Because they had too much ammo for me. So it's like I wasn't there. Now damn sure ain't gonna come to somebody about they.
Many felt that something needed to be done, so he went to his mother, Judy. Judy, unrepentantly, claimed that she had been provoked in order to defend her behavior. Many was convinced that Judy had gone too far and told her, "I love you, but I can't let this continue." He requested Judy to leave, emphasizing that respect was non-negotiable. Even though he knew his decision would be difficult, he had to prioritize his family's safety and stability over enabling her to stay in his care. Although Judy was furious and felt duped, she thought the relocation might serve as a wake-up call. The family suffered emotionally as a result of Judy having to adapt her strategies after leaving. Meanwhile, many showed a great deal of shame despite holding on to his stance. Yandy confided in her close friends about the argument, expressing her displeasure with the ongoing hostility toward Judy for the mess. She shared, "I've always made an effort to find solutions, but I can't stand this disrespect at home anymore." Many told a close friend that even though he loved his mother, he couldn't let her hurt the person he had chosen to spend the rest of his life with. He began to question whether there was anything else he could have done. Meanwhile, Judy turned to her own support system to vent her irritation and anger. She felt disconnected from her child and believed Yandy was merely playing a game. Judy sobbed as she revealed, "I raised him. How can he choose her over me?" This challenging situation highlights the difficulty of finding a balance in a blended family between love, loyalty, and respect. The traumatic incident further complicated the ongoing story of the Harris family. Along with their immediate family, the cast of Love and Hip Hop was also affected by the unrest. Other cast members from Atlanta shared their thoughts, with some supporting Yandy and others acknowledging Judy's perspective as a mother who felt left out throughout the season. Viewers were interested in whether Judy and Yandy would reconcile or grow further apart. Some hoped to see moments of healing, while others remained skeptical due to the persistent issues plaguing the household. The drama in this family is far from over, and many believe that Yandy and Judy's future will remain challenging as they navigate the complex terrain of love, dedication, and family obligations on Love and Hip Hop. New York, Mendice's Harris and Yandy Smith are often portrayed as the perfect example of a solid, harmonious partnership. Despite numerous obstacles, including Mendice's legal issues and a lengthy jail sentence, the couple remained dedicated to one another. They successfully navigated the murky waters of fame, family, and criticism, earning praise for their love. However, as is often the case in the entertainment industry, appearances can be deceiving. Their seemingly perfect relationship began to show cracks when Mendices posted cryptic messages on social media implying that something was amiss in their marriage. Fans speculated about the meaning of his posts, but no one anticipated the storm that followed. Days later, Mendices published a video that shocked everyone. He claimed that Yandy's relationship with Carlos King, a producer renowned for his work on reality TV, extended beyond a professional connection. To support his allegations, Mendices shared copies of text messages and emails purportedly exchanged between Yandy and Carlos. Using phrases like, "I can't stop thinking about you," and "our relationship," he argued that these messages revealed a level of intimacy that crossed professional boundaries. Mendices also displayed photos he claimed were taken during private meetings between Yandy and Carlos. While some believed the images might be innocent, Mendices painted a clear picture of perceived betrayal. Yandy denied the allegations, expressing regret that Mendices had chosen to air their personal issues publicly. She admitted that Carlos was both a friend and mentor but strongly denied any romantic involvement. "It's unfair and uncomfortable to twist our work relationship into something it isn't," Yandy said. "I've always supported Mendices through everything, so being accused in this manner feels like a betrayal of the trust we've built." Carlos also issued a statement denying any inappropriate relationship with Yandy. "My relationship with Yandy has always been professional," he said. "These accusations are unfounded and unjustified. I hope Mendices and Yandy can resolve this privately." The allegations have sparked intense debate among fans and cast members. While some support Mendices' claims, others argue that Yandy deserves the benefit of the doubt given her unwavering support for him during his legal battles. Relationships in the public eye often face unique challenges, and reality TV, combined with social media, has undeniably exacerbated their struggles. Millions of individuals have been asked to comment on deeply personal issues through public platforms. This drama has escalated, raising questions about privacy in today's transparent digital era. The future of Mendices and Yandy's relationship remains uncertain. Despite their shared belief that family should come first, reconciling may prove difficult. Once trust is eroded, it is hard to restore, and public scrutiny complicates matters further. Many expect to notice that Yandy has moved on, though what that truly means is unclear. Whether the couple chooses to stay together or part ways peacefully, their top priority will likely be providing a secure environment for their children while they deal with the fallout from these revelations. At first glance, it appeared to be a typical family meal, but the evening soon turned heated. Mendices' son broke the stillness, delivering shocking news with a mixture of wrath and frustration. The room fell silent as everyone tried to process Yandy's claim. "You are to blame for Yandy cheating on you." The accusation hung heavy in the air, drawing everyone's attention to Mendices and Yandy. Yandy immediately denied the accusation, but the son persisted, accusing her of forsaking the family and blaming Mendices for not being a strong enough parent or husband. "Where is this even coming from?" Yandy questioned, her voice trembling with hurt and rage. Struggling to maintain her composure, she added, "I was so shocked by his ludicrous remarks that I tried to defuse the situation, but it continued." The conversation quickly escalated. The son yelled, "You've always been so caught up in your own issues that you couldn't even see what's been happening right under your nose." Mendices, his tone calm but strained, tried to rein in the situation. He raised his voice and demanded proof for the baseless accusation. "If you're going to accuse Yandy of something this serious, you'd better have proof." The son became enraged and fired back at Yandy, saying, "I love this family, but you've been tearing it apart, and he's too blind to see it." The altercation became so intense that Mendices felt challenged as the head of the household. Anger and resentment mixed with emotional barbs and ambiguous accusations. Yandy, overwhelmed, lost control and began crying. Yandy gasped. Others turned away, and the son, his face defiant, stared at his father in shock at the seriousness of what had just transpired. In a fit of unbridled anger, Mendices struck his son, causing the room to fall silent. Fighting to suppress his emotions, Mendices said remorsefully, "I can't believe it's come to this." Yandy, battling her own sorrow, consoled him through her tears. Clearly distressed, the son packed his belongings and requested to leave. Far from apologetic, he refused to back down, declaring, "I love you, but I can't let this kind of disrespect continue in my home." His voice was solemn but firm. Mendices decided to ask his son to leave, saying, "You need time to think about what you've done. Maybe some space will help you understand." The son walked away, without another word. In the days that followed, the house was filled with anxiety and silence. Though Yandy supported Mendices' decision, she couldn't hide her pain, confiding in a friend, "I feel like I've lost a part of my family, and I don't know if we can ever heal from this." Mendices, too, wrestled with his emotions, questioning aloud, "Did I do the right thing?" Seeking solace from close confidants, he lamented, "I feel like a terrible husband and father because I have to protect my wife and home." As news of the family's turmoil spread among Love and hip-hop fans, reactions were swift and divided. Some sympathized with Mendices' son, while others supported Mendices, defending his actions as necessary to maintain respect in his home. Critics, however, condemned the use of physical force, with one fan commenting, "Striking your son is unacceptable." Another remarked, he had to take action to protect his wife's dignity. The dispute made it more challenging for the Harris family to handle their private pain under public scrutiny. Still, Mendices remained dedicated to mending his family. "This can't be allowed to happen again," read another comment. Some viewers questioned Yandy's role in the family dynamics. "This might be too much for Yandy, who has always held the family together," one fan observed. Others noted Yandy's constant efforts to mediate and provide support, calling her a beacon of hope for the family after his son's departure. Yandy confided in a friend, saying, "We need to have an open discussion. Through shared ties, we need to talk face to face and figure out how to move forward." She added, "You both love each other. You just need to find a way to communicate without all the anger." Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has always been a show packed with drama, tension, and unexpected twists, but the recent episode left everyone stunned. In this episode, two prominent personalities, Rasheeda and Yandy, had an intense confrontation that escalated beyond words. Following a heated argument, Rasheeda slapped Yandy, leaving viewers shocked. This script delves into the full details of the incident, its background, and its aftermath. Part 1. The Backstory. Rasheeda and Yandy are both central figures in the Love and Hip Hop franchise. Rasheeda is a successful rapper and entrepreneur, while Yandy is known for her experience in the music industry and her business acumen. The two shared a cordial relationship in the past, but recent tensions have strained their bond. The rift began when Yandy questioned a business deal involving Rasheeda. Yandy implied that Rasheeda's brand wasn't as authentic as it seemed, a statement that didn't sit well with Rasheeda. The growing tension eventually led to their confrontation. Part 2. The beginning of the conflict. In the episode, viewers witnessed a dinner party where the two women started conversing. Initially, the discussion seemed friendly, but it soon turned sour. Yandy accused Rasheeda of exaggerating her business success. Rasheeda took this as a personal attack and retaliated with sharp words. "You sound like someone who can't stand seeing others succeed," Rasheeda retorted. Yandy fired back. "Success should be discussed by those who truly have it." These cutting remarks fueled the conflict further, turning their argument into a series of personal jabs. Part 3. The climax of the incident. During the heated exchange, Yandy made a personal comment about Rasheeda's family. This remark pushed Rasheeda over the edge. Despite warning Yandy to stop, she continued, and Rasheeda, unable to hold back her anger, slapped Yandy. The moment was shocking, marking one of the most emotional moments in the show's history. Part 4. Reactions from other cast members. As the incident unfolded, other cast members intervened. Carly Red, a close friend of Rasheeda, quickly stepped in to pull her back. Meanwhile, Scrappy and Erica tried to calm Yandy down. "This needs to stop. This show isn't about personal attacks," Scrappy exclaimed. Several cast members tried to mediate, but both Rasheeda and Yandy were too angry to reconcile at the moment. Part 5. Audience and social media reactions. After the episode aired, social media was abuzz with reactions. Viewers had mixed opinions about Rasheeda's behavior. Some defended her, arguing that Yandy provoked her, while others criticized her for resorting to violence. Rasheeda was wrong, but Yandy should have chosen her words more carefully, one viewer tweeted. "This show is becoming more dramatic by the day. I feel like producers encourage these conflicts," another comment read. Part 6. Impact of the incident. The altercation not only became an emotional moment for viewers, but also affected relationships within the cast. Rasheeda and Yandy's rift deepened, and the cast was divided into two groups. Later, in an interview, Rasheeda said, "I regret letting my anger get the best of me, but some things were just too much to tolerate." Yandy defended her stance, stating, "I never thought Rasheeda would stoop so low. It was a big shock for me." Part 7. Boost in show ratings. Following this episode, the show's ratings saw a massive spike. Viewers tuned in large numbers to watch the drama unfold, and producers capitalized on the incident by promoting it heavily. Conclusion. This incident on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta proved that audiences are drawn to high-stakes drama and emotional moments. The altercation between Rasheeda and Yandy became a defining moment in the show's history, but also highlighted the importance of managing emotions. It will be interesting to see how their relationship evolves in the upcoming episodes.